to the fourth episode of Behind the Brush podcast.
I'm Sofia.
And I'm Paiton.
And we are your hosts. So, last episode, we talked about brand ambassadors and models.
We introduced a new segment, which was called Wish I May, Wish I Might. And, we got to play with you at the end of our show, our last show. And to check that video out, make sure you click the description and the link below so you guys can watch those.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, before we start, we'd like to show you guys our nails of the week.
Okay, I'm going to go first. We got some long. I went back to square. Last time, I'm pretty sure I had stiletto nails, the yellow stiletto nails.
Yeah.
So I went back to square. We got some summery pink, and I did two-tone.
Yeah.
Because I always say, if you can't pick, don't.
That part.
Can't pick, then don't.
Just go with all of that.
What do you got going on?
So for me, I got some stilettos.
Stiletto still. And I said that, stiletto be, cute on you. It really does.
It's giving dainty fingers, lady fingers, that dessert. But yeah, I did more like that 3D gel, well, the 5D gel design. And then I also did the water drop with some ornails.
Yes.
Kind of giving summer.
Yeah, summery texture. I like the texture nails.
It's
literally top trending nail designs for summer.
100%, out of this world.
Yeah, and that 5D, 4D, 3D
NED
gel,
pause.
NED gel is something that's new, and that actually brings us to today's topic, which is nail products. So there's many different things to consider when investing in products for your business. Nail tools, acrylic powder, and other things that you need can definitely vary in cost and quality.
Word. So with that being said, how much do you invest in your business?
Right. And cost of materials is a big range. There's so many small things that also aren't really optional and what you need to have.
And honestly, they kind of range anywhere between $20 to almost $500, believe it or not.
Definitely.
You're gonna break the bank with some products. You just gotta have to be prepared for those things.
It's your initial investment.
Honestly.
That's what you have to expect.
Starting off, there are things that are optional, and then there are things that that are not optional that you have to get, like brushes, LED lamps, acrylic, monomer, sanitization supplies.
Yes, heavy.
Let's not forget about those, okay?
And I feel it's really important, too, to not feel pressure to buy big-name products if you can't just yet, especially if you're a beginner or if you're not making that much just yet. Don't feel that pressure. But also on the other end, don't feel like you have to cut corners when purchasing your products, because in order to preserve the safety of your clients and yourself at the end of the day, you need to have knowledge of ingredients and the quality of those products.
For example, the monomer you use.
Yep.
A controversial or a very big topic is, MMA versus EMA monomer.
Yeah.
And there's literally only one real right option that you are to use on your clients.
Yeah, definitely. So MMA, what is it? So as described by the National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health, which is under the CDC, in 1974, methyl methacrylate, aka MMA, was banned by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration for use in all nail products because it caused deterioration of nail plates, nail dislocation, and or allergic dermatitis in both customers and nail technicians. So also in an article by Tammy Taylor Nails, they describe how MMA or methyl methacrylate as having much more controversial reputation. MMA is known for its incredible hardness and long-lasting durability. It's a common solution for medical use, specifically in acrylics for dental crowns. So that's going to be the MMA monomer.
That definition.
Yeah, that's what it is in the history of that version of monomer, specifically because of that ingredient. That ingredient is made to be hard, as they mentioned, so hard that it's used in a medical setting, not in a beauty setting.
Right. Now, on the reverse side of it, there's another ingredient which is called EMA. And EMA, having a different molecular structure from MMA, it makes EMA much safer to use. It has a larger molecule and is less able to penetrate body tissue. And this is from a Tammy Taylor article, very well respected nail.
Guru. Tammy Taylor's
Right.
been in the industry for a
Like
really long
she's
time.
top tier. Okay. Similarly, Mia's Secret Nail Company have also released information saying how EMA is more, it offers more flexibility than MMA, which helps reduce the risk of breakage, damage, and injury to your nails. Furthermore, EMA based acrylics are gentler on the natural nail, easier to remove, making them a more reliable option for nail enhancements.
I think that's everything that needs to be said, to be honest. And
Yes.
we gave you guys these sources so that way you would know, again, like the history like of these specific ingredients and why we use EMA acrylic to this day,
Mm-hmm.
because it's safer for your nails. Nails shouldn't, getting acrylics or any type of like nail services or enhancements shouldn't be damaging, and that's especially based in what ingredients you use. The ingredients shouldn't
Mm-hmm.
be damaging either.
Right. So you should always, when starting out with nails, always do that research of, what ingredients are in your products because you
Yes.
don't want to be risking the health of your clients.
Yeah, definitely. Because you can get monomer from different sources, and MMA is only banned in the United States. So, especially when you're shopping online, and a lot of products can come that are sourced and made and distributed from other countries, that's something
Right.
that you have to make sure that you double check at
Yeah.
the end of the day. And specifically for beginners, there's a lot of affordable options that are available to you,
Mm-hmm.
so that way you can avoid having to cut a corner and possibly get something from somewhere else through online.
Right.
That's not necessarily in line with what the health officials have to say.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And some of these brands are Mia Secret, as we mentioned, as having an article, Glam and Glitz, and Model Ones, just to name a few. And these brands are great to start off with and will allow you to grow and have consistent results in your technique,
Mm-hmm.
because they're beginner friendly, but also will allow you to grow with those products.
Word. Like when I tell you, if you guys have watched any of our past shows,
Yeah.
me and Mia's Secret go like this. Okay, that's I've said this countless times. That's baby
Yeah.
girl. We're for
They
lifers.
rock heavy.
And when I tell you that Mia's Secret literally grows with you as a product. Like compared to, other products that you start out with, sometimes, you don't really get to you grow out of them.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
you're like, okay, it's time to move on to a different product or a
Mm-hmm.
different brand. But for me, Mia's Secret, I've been using it for 4 or 5 years now,
Yeah.
and I think it's a very flexible product, and they don't pretend to be someone they're not,
Yeah.
and it's just a really good. That's baby girl, okay?
It's
Just
reliable.
very
So if you're a
reliable.
beginner, you can use it as your skills improve. They improve in the way of you knowing how to use that product better. But also, if you
Yes.
don't, it's not going to hinder your learning, really, at the
Right.
end of the day.
Now, after you've been doing nails for a while, you might want to expand on your products, expand on your brands, get more advanced products which may help you like on your journey of your nail tech journey.
Yeah.
And some of these brands would be like Young Nails, Valentino, Kiara
Mm-hmm.
Sky, Not Polish, Koopa Incorporated,
Mm-hmm.
D&D Gel, just to name a few.
So many
And
good ones.
right, and these are like certified companies with a history of a great reputation and quality and have earned like they have earned the respect and the positive influence in the nail community.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
how good they are or their brand presence is in the nail community.
Definitely. And just to add on to what you said, I think everyone has, not everyone has to use the same thing. Everyone has their, preferred brand that they want to use, and it
Mm-hmm.
just takes you experimenting with different nail brands to find that.
Yep.
It can come down as easy as to like one monomer smell is easier for you to handle than a different monomer smell. Not
Mm-hmm.
that it was a bad product, but guess what? The other brand is just easier on my head. So that's why you like
100%.
it better, right? But you have to figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
And other brands such as Nails and Blinks, Too Cute Nails, Secret Nail Found, and Secret Nail Affair, and Dynamic Nail Supply are all small businesses which hold a strong presence through social media influence. However, when you're purchasing products from these type of companies, there tends to be a level of skepticism though that comes with their brand identity. And in order to be a smart consumer, when you have these two different spectrums of products you can have, it's important to do again your own research that's going to allow you to determine the reputation of that brand for yourself again
Right.
by using it and experimenting for your needs and your skill and all of that put together.
Yeah, so always like when you're, you know, especially the Instagram brands, like you see people using them, you see people, they're brand ambassadors and they're advertising them. You still need to do your due diligence when trying to decide if you're going to use this brand for a while. So you can't just kind of base it off of, oh, this is like how Young Nails or Valentino would be.
Yeah.
You kind of have to dip your toe in the water and see how it is for you because it
Yeah.
all works for different people.
Because as you were saying, because you've been using Mia Secret for so long, do you use them exclusively or do you use them exclusively, let's say, just for acrylic powders? Because that's also kind of like what can vary between what nail brands
Yeah.
you use.
I think I only use them exclusively for acrylic powders and my monomer because for like
Obviously, because
my
that goes together. Just use the system
right.
together, which I like. I'm heavy on too.
Right. But like when it comes to like nail polishes or even like my protein bond, I would go to Young Nails for the protein bond because everybody knows
Young
that
nail protein bond. Period.
okay, like Young Nails protein bond is the bond, okay? That's how you know. And but like nail polishes and different nail tools, I would kind of
Like nail art stuff
yeah,
too.
I'd kind of just outsource and just find different things that work best for me.
Yeah. I think I've used Dynamic Nail Supply acrylic. I think I've been using them for maybe 2 years. And I have about like, and I say that to say I have like four main acrylics that I offer
Word.
in addition to others, but there's like the top four, two nudes and like two different pinks that I like that are all Dynamic Nail Supply.
Word.
And then Young Nails
Protein
Protein
bond.
Bond, and other brands of like acetone, Young Nails Monomer. So it's like certain things you can use, like
With
certain
like
brands you use this for, certain brands you use that
right.
for, figuring out what's compatible, what's not. It's a lot of experimentation that happens, and obviously that's a lot of like monetary investment too.
Yeah. So you have to be able to I always say don't be cheap when it comes to purchasing your nail products. Always be ready to spend money to
Yeah.
get quality products.
Yeah.
Because like you said at the beginning, you don't want to cut corners here and there because you think, "Oh, I might save a few bucks if I just go with this one," because then you run into some really bad products that, set you back instead of sending you
Yeah, definitely for sure. Because I was thinking how when you get cheap products, what is it that you're skimping on is quality, and you trying to use a lot of products that have bad quality makes your life harder and that hinders your skill.
right.
Now, it's not to say that you have to have everything best of the best when you're a beginner because you kind of don't even know how to use it in the right
Right,
way.
right.
But understanding that certain products have different levels of quality and based on that level of quality will hinder or help your techniques and your skill level.
100%, 100%.
Yeah.
So now with all that information that we just spat at you, just throwing it out there, we're now going to test you
Pop
guys
quiz.
on the red and the green flags on what to consider when purchasing nail products.
Yeah. So, number one, you're on Instagram. You've discovered this nail brand that has really cool powders, nail art designs, and tools, and you possibly want to buy acrylic powders from them. But you see that they have no reviews or only good reviews. Is that a red flag or a green flag?
Red flag.
Red flag.
Red flag 100%. When there are no reviews or only good reviews
Yeah.
on a product, you should run in the next direction.
Yeah.
Just because that's probably saying, like, hey, we're not all that good, but, we're
Yeah.
cheap.
And like reviews are, even if they're just not like like reviews don't just have to be negative. It's just about your experience with it. So like that's important to know before you get it. So if there's no reviews or only good reviews, that's a red flag.
Yes. Question number 2. Let's say you're trying to choose between 2 different monomers. One monomer is running you about $12, which is a steal.
$12.
That's a steal. And then the other monomer, mind you, they're both the same. Let's say they're 4 ounces. You're only
Okay.
getting a 4-ounce bottle. One's $12 and the other one's $23. Which one would you buy? And what is the flag? Is it a green flag if it's a low price, or if it's a red flag if it's a low price? Which one would you pick?
The low price one seems scary. Because why is it so cheap? If it's too good to be true, it probably is.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it looks enticing because it's like $12
Low
for
prices, exactly.
for a monomer that starts usually at like $18.
Yeah, exactly. So
Right.
yeah, I would definitely say that would be a red flag.
Yeah. So always make sure to, if it's too low, you might not want to buy it. It might be too good to be true.
Yeah. So you're about a year into your nail tech journey. You spend a lot of time on social media, and there's this one acrylic company that keeps popping up on your timeline. They have a lot of videos, posts, customer reviews, and you're considering buying from them. Is it a red flag or a green flag that they have a popular social media presence?
Definitely a green flag.
Green flag.
I feel like if they have a very good Instagram or social media presence, it shows that like they're very invested into what they're doing.
Yeah.
So that means like they kind of take more pride in what they post. So it's not like they're trying to get a scam or a quick gimmick out of you. So I feel like that's definitely a green
Like if
flag.
they're sharing a lot about their products and their company, and like they have a really big audience because a lot of people can align with them in a certain way, can be a really good green flag to have, especially if you've been following them or seeing a lot of their work for a long time and you're starting to trust that presence.
Yeah.
Definitely it would be a green flag.
100%. Last question. So let's say, back to the social media presence. Let's say this specific page is pushing out their products to be beginner friendly. They're saying that it's very affordable. And, everybody that's on the page is agreeing with them, giving, their feedback on how they use the products.
Okay.
Would that be a green flag or a red flag of their overall brand identity?
I think when there's other people also sharing your experience and you can see, the comments and the conversations about like people's experience, I think that's a green flag.
Yeah, especially if you're being consistent with it.
Yeah, definitely.
100% green flag.
Yeah, definitely. So let us know if you got them all correct and what you guys think. Also, let us in on some more red or green flags that you see when you're purchasing products or online. And shout out to all of the beginner nail techs that are watching. And if you know a nail tech that's just starting out, send them this episode so that way they can have the right tools to start a successful nail business.
Now we're going to get into a new segment which we like to call story time. Good old story time. So we're going to read an anonymous story. It's not really anonymous. It's a story.
In this case, yes, this one's just story time.
Yeah, this one's just regular story time. And it's going to be about, a nail tech's experience with a client. And we're going to give our opinions and then open the floor to you and see what you think about the story. So without further ado, story time.
I just blocked a client I had because I do not want her booking with me again. So it started with her DMing me questions that had answers clearly stated in my policies that I tell clients they need to read before booking. Next, she shows up 10 minutes early without letting me know that she was here early, so she's knocking on my door repeatedly. I was ready for her, but I have it in my policies that my clients need to message me first to let me know they're here, and then I'll wait at the door with it open for them. She's talking on the phone and goes to sit down, and I was about to ask her if she would like for me to lock my cat away, but she's talking away, and then she sees my cat and freaks out. She's like, "Can you get your cat? I'm scared. Can you get your cat? I'm scared." And she starts rolling away in the chair, and I'm like, "Girl, I'm trying to get my cat. Stop rolling in front of me." I completely understand some people can be allergic, but she was acting a little too childish about it. Next, she's like, you told me the set would be $75, saying it like she wasn't happy with that. I said, yes, $75. So I glue the tips on, and she asked if she can be on her phone because other texts say they don't like it because it's a distraction, girl. I said, yes, as long as she pays attention to me when I ask for her hand. Big mistake, because she slowed me down so much. She then starts picking at the nail tip as I'm filing her other nails, and I heard her doing it. I could hear her picking the plastic. Then the tip broke off her nail, and she was like, sorry, but this just broke off. I don't know how. I just picked up my phone and it broke. Like, girl, what?
don't know how.
How are you going to act like it wasn't your fault? Then she asked if I do pedicures. I said yes. She said, how much would you charge if I get one right now? I was like, nuh-uh, she's not going to pull this on me. She knew I did pedicures. I have it listed on my booking site. I told her that all services need to be booked in advance because I have other clients. She was my last client of the day, but still. She had showed me the exact set she wanted, and so I gave her a set as close as possible with the products I had. The nail with the flowers was supposed to be matte, and she watched me put a matte top coat on and said nothing until I was done and said, does this nail not get gel top coat? The flowers don't look cute with top coat. They just look like blobs. I don't know. I hate this set. It's not my best work at all, but clients like this throw me off my game. And we're going to show you guys the picture of what her client asked for.
And what she got.
Which, if that's her not all the way at her best,
Like, come on.
like, and it's a really good set, and that
Right.
wasn't her, like, feeling like that she could have done better.
Like, girl, that is 100% the client. Like, all of that is the client's fault because,
Come on.
first of all, how you not reading the policy?
Because that obviously tells me that it's a new client if they just didn't bother to read, because
Right.
otherwise you would just know after a certain
Exactly.
point. After your first time, you should know.
Right. And then picking at the nails as she's like working
like
on it.
that thing where you just like
I
flip the
cannot
nail,
stand that because
trying to get the little plastic pieces off, but it's like give me a minute.
Let me cook, bro.
Yeah,
like,
let me cook for a minute.
Like, let me get through the process before you start criticizing or saying, "Oh, I need this fixed," or "This is not done properly."
Let me cook for a minute.
That was I don't know how she didn't kick her out the chair at
It was
like
every single moment. I feel like every single thing that you feel like could go wrong,
yes,
went
went
wrong.
wrong. Like,
Because
first
how much you want to bet she probably had something about the cat in the policy?
Yes, and all she had to do was read about it, and then being on her phone, because you know when you come into your appointment, you're gonna greet somebody. You're gonna say, "Hey, how are you?"
That too.
So it's like
That
you
adds
didn't
to
take
it.
the time to greet her, so you're not aware of your surroundings, and then freaking out over the cat when she was trying to ask you about the cat to begin with. So
I feel like especially when you're distracted, when you get there, just throws the whole thing off.
yes, like you
you
can do
don't
all
get
of
a
that
chance to
after
just
you
say
settle,
hi. She would have brought it up right then.
before you even walk through the door.
Probably.
Like, and then on top of that, it's like, dude, you can put your phone down first to get the initial greetings out of the way before you get settled and comfortable.
Yeah.
Then you can, like, if your nail tech allows it, can be on your phone or whatever the case may be. But that client was just completely out of line.
Yeah, just not
like,
paying attention.
Fired.
Yeah, fired.
Fired as a client.
You're
Blocked.
fired.
So that was shit. Let us know what y'all think or what you guys would have done in that situation. Would you have told her to get out of your chair before like even finishing the set? Would you have continued? Let us know what y'all think about that whole situation because that's crazy.
Yes, and if you want to submit us your own story times, or if you know someone that has a good story time to share them this video so they can drop it in the comments or visit our website so that way you can submit your story anonymously if you want to do that.
Yes.
We love to hear from you guys.
Yeah, we like to get y'all your little drama, you know? Let us in on the tea. So, what we're now going to ask you guys to do is close your eyes. You too. Yep, close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And I want you to say this. We made it to the end of the show.
We made it to the end of the show.
Look at that, guys. Look at that. So, yes, we are at the end of our show today. So, make sure you guys leave a comment. We'll have our socials right here in the description box below. Make sure you follow us on Instagram,
on everything,
TikTok, all of that. Again, go to the website to give us your anonymous stories and make sure to check out the last episode if you haven't already, which was on brand ambassadors and models.
Yes.
So check that out.
And our next episode is going to be nail tech identity,
That's
which is
gonna
going to
be a
be
fun
really cool.
one.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one
Definitely
too.
gonna be a fun
So
one.
make sure to subscribe to us and smash that like button. And thanks for watching.
Yes.
I'm Sophia.
And I'm Peyton, and
And
this is Behind the Brush podcast.